Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, this is such an exciting day. I've got Catherine and Logan here, and we have an epic haul to show you from the Vintage Collaborative pop-up. Oh, welcome. I'm so glad you guys both could come and join me.
Lovely to be here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's so much fun. Now, if you guys don't know who Logan is, I know all of you guys have seen Catherine around for a while, but Logan has a brand new channel and he is amazing. So if you have not checked out his channel yet, I will link it down in the description box below, as well as Catherine's, both amazing content. So before we get started into the live haul, I'll let everyone kind of go around and introduce themselves and tell about their channel. And of course, we're waiting for some people to pop in here. I think my lag has been so bad lately. I'm still waiting for comments to populate. But Catherine, do you want to tell everyone about yourself?
Sure, you can make me big.
Yes.
All right, so I am Catherine Young. I went on the most wonderful trip with Katie, who we are on her channel right now, and we went to the pop-up, and I have 2 videos up about that if you want to go check them out. So those are already posted on my channel. So my channel features vintage, thrifting, creative projects, and more. And some of my most popular content is hauls, shop along, and Halloween. So please come on over if you haven't already. I have some really fun hauls coming up, and this weekend an incredible shop along. This week has been an adventure, shall we say, and it'll be explained in more detail on that shop along.
Well, we're all looking forward to that, Catherine. That's very exciting. So do go check that out. We've got some friends in the chat here tuning in. Rosanna is here, so welcome to you, Rosanna. Gavin is tuning in as well. Welcome, Gavin. And Nick is here, so welcome, Nick. And let's see. Oh, there's Catherine. Helen is tuning in. Welcome, Helen. And my mom is here. So welcome, Mom. Lots of fun folks in the chat. Now, for all of you guys just popping in and you hear me and I sound like Kermit the Frog, that is well because I have a cold. So I'm doing this a little bit under the weather. So I'm okay. I'm just fine. So no worries. Let's see. Delbert is tuning in as well as Lydia. So welcome, guys. Oh, and Kathy Nighthole, welcome. And Heather is in the chat. Welcome, Heather. Heather was one of the fabulous folks that came to the pop-up, and it was really fun getting to see her in person. Now, Logan, why don't you tell everyone about yourself and your channel?
Yeah, so hello everyone. I am Logan, the Vintage Scavenger. And as Katie said earlier, I did recently just start a channel of my own, the Vintage Scavenger. And I have always kind of had an interest in content creation, and now was just the time to jump off that ledge and start. So I am ecstatic. I just went past 200 subscribers. So
Yay!
I know. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's all happening, I guess. I'm officially starting to sell online, and I don't know. It's just something that I've been watching since around the start of the pandemic is when I really kind of found this community. And ever since then, I was like, man, if I could only do that, if I could only do that. And now I've just decided to do that.
Oh, that is so fantastic, Logan. And Logan has some really amazing things that he collects and sells. So that's exciting. And congrats on 200. That's a huge milestone.
Thank you.
That took me, I'm trying to think how long it took me to get to 200. I think it was like a year and a half.
Oh,
yeah.
So you are killing it, man. That's awesome.
You are, and you're going to be at 1,000 before you know it. And that will be so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I hope so. I'm very excited it's such a creative outlet for me with everything going on, and it's just, I'm very thankful to have it.
Well, that's wonderful. We've got a few more friends that popped in. Nancy McMullen is joining us tonight, as well as Chad Retro Days. We're glad you're here. and Colleen from Cookies for Vintage. I like that name, Cookies for Vintage.
Hi,
That's a good one.
Colleen.
And
Sounds delicious.
Ashley is here. She's going to subscribe. Yay. Thank you, Ashley. We appreciate that. And oh my gosh, we have Mel coming in from all the way across the pond. Mel, I cannot believe you are here. That's amazing. I haven't seen Mel in a while, so what a treat. We're so glad you're here. I have put all of Logan's details, the Vintique Scavenger, down in the description box, as well as Catherine from Catherine Young, so you guys can go follow. And Annette is here, so fantastic. All right. Well, today we are going to be showing some really cool items from Misty's Pop-Up Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter. I'm sure all of you guys know who she is. She hosted a vintage collaborative with a whole slew of sellers from Pam to Barb, Winking Owl Antiques, Fatbird Finds, Ariana, The Withering Cottage, Michael Todd, whole bunch of fantastic folks from our vintage community sold live and in person there. And it was so much fun to go and not only meet viewers that came to see us, but also all of the wonderful booths that were set up. I know Misty and her husband and family spent forever getting the pop-up set up, and it just seeing the shop come alive was incredible. And all the people that came was just wow, it was so cool. And then getting to see all of our reselling friends again, always a treat. So I really enjoyed it. We each picked up a good substantial amount of things. I think Logan, you got something from almost everybody.
Yes, I wanted to make sure that I supported everyone that was there, so I selected at least one thing from every booth.
Oh, that's so
Nice.
cool. And Catherine, I know you bought quite a few things. In fact, one of your items I actually have here with me, which is fun.
I ended up leaving vintage all across the country. So it was quite a week for me. And you can tell that because I literally left vintage, like a vintage trail on my way out of there. So
Yeah.
In case you ever had to backtrack, it was your version of breadcrumbs. I
Right.
feel like.
If someone had to find you, they could find you by where you left the vintage.
yeah.
Karen Chase is popping in and Nancy. So welcome everybody. I missed you. I'm so sorry. We're glad to have you here. So I figure what we'll do is we'll start with Logan and we'll just go around in a circle and we can show one thing and just keep round robining it. How does that sound?
Awesome.
All right.
Cool.
So Logan, what's your first item?
Well, I guess I will start with I did a little shopping pre-Misty at the at Riverside Antiques, and I got just a couple of things there. One that I thought was very cool, which I'll start probably vintage in the way that it's maybe close to 20 years old, but not true vintage. But I picked these up and researched them afterwards, and as it turns out, they are not uranium, but they look just uranium enough. They are actually a Martha Stewart collection. But I love these and I will use these and cherish them. I know sometimes people feel weird about, drinking out of uranium, which, to each is their own. But I am super jazzed to have these and they have that look, but, maybe aren't as risky as one might think typical uranium is. So that's item number one for me. This was a set of 4 and I paid $12 for these.
Oh, where's Katie?
Uh-oh.
Logan, show another item.
Okay. This is my other Riverside too. These were $8, screaming deal. And I believe these were 88 based off of the Roman numerals in the back. But it's this set of like the little plastic resin, little vegetables to go on the wall. But I thought this was such a neat. I love functional vintage things that you can that you decorate with, that you use, that, I collecting is great. And I certainly do, as you can tell, collect a lot of things, but, not just having something on a shelf, having it be something, like these glasses that I'll actually use on a day-to-day basis is very exciting for me. So, I did collect these. I will probably be reselling these, but, I thought they were neat nonetheless. A perfect little touch in a vintage kitchen.
Those are adorable.
Very cottage core.
Yeah.
Yes, very cottagecore. And the glasses are great. I have a set of mid-century glasses that I absolutely love and I use all the time in my kitchen. It's just kind of cheery, you know, when you get out that little glass, it's special, just like I'm having my tea out of this little vintage milk glass mug, you know, it just makes you smile. All right, Catherine, what do you have to show us?
So, Logan, I'm going to follow you. And knowing one of the items Katie has, I think this actually works out great. I'm going to show something that I didn't buy at the pop-up, but I did buy the day of. So I went to a little flea market in Bedford with Heather Elizabeth, Antique Agenda on here. And I found some really cute little knickknacks, but one truly stands out. So in this case was this little, what'd you call this, like a shaker box?
I would.
Yeah, that's what when I see it, that's what I call it. Little shaker box. Now it's teeny, right? And it's just in this glass case, right? And so I just go to the guy, I was like, hey, what's in the box? You know, like, you know, and I'm trying to like play it cool, but I'm like endlessly interested. And he opens it up and he goes, vampire teeth.
Oh, that's fun.
And so I was like, you're still trying to play it cool. And I was like, how much you want for that? And he's like, $10. And I was like, sold, sir. Like I said, sold so fast. Like it's so perfect for Halloween. It just has such a great look. I do think these are probably little nails or horns from some animal. I don't necessarily think they're actually teeth, but it's just weird enough that if that guy would have said like 40, he probably would have got it. But so these are my $10 vampire teeth. So kind of a weird little find, but very fun.
I love that, Catherine. That is so good. And of course, Heather says that's such a perfect find for you. And I totally agree. Vintage does make everything better. That's 100% right. Okay, so I'm going to follow along with some of the cool vintage that you guys have been showing, but a little bit differently, similar to Catherine's story. Misty shared a video before the pop-up was actually happening in person of all the things they were doing to get ready for the shop. So she did this amazing vlog showcasing all the things they were putting in the windows and how they were setting up the booths and getting things moved around. And of course, in Misty's windows, which are always amazing, there was an item that I saw that I just had to have. Now, I don't collect a lot of kitschy items, so that's the neat thing about having Catherine and Logan is they've got kind of the kitschy and the unusual. I like all the advertising. And a few years ago, I'd actually purchased a Coca-Cola sign from Misty's window. So I knew the windows would be filled with some neat dad stuff. And her dad, he is so amazing. I love chatting with him. He taught me how to clean tins. He's taught me all kinds of things about advertising, but I knew this was one of his items. And it is a fabulous 1950s 2-gallon oil can. And I love this so much. It's high grade motor oil. And the cool thing is it's from St. Louis, Missouri. Now, actually, I'm just noticing the zip code. So quite possibly this is after 1963 because of the zip code on the bottom. So it does have a very like 50s, 60s, mid-century font. And it is just amazing. I love the chevron pattern on this so much. And then can you see the little stripes in the top of this blue? It is fabulous. Now, these high-grade motor oil cans in general, 2-gallon ones, are just becoming so expensive as of late. And certain ones can go for, I was actually watching an auction not too long ago where several motor oil cans in this size, not this graphic, they had cars and all kinds of other cool things on the front, were selling for $8,000. Yes, you heard me right. $8,000 for one motor oil can. So when I find these online, yes, they're kind of expensive. And I paid just, I believe, $35 for this. So I was really pleased. And it's a great way to commemorate the pop-up and Dad. And of course, St. Louis, which is always special to me because I've got family there. And I love the St. Louis area. So this is an extra special can that's going around my school table in my living room where I have all of my motor oil cans. Hi, Nate. Welcome to you. We're so glad you're here. Yes, I love the shades of blue. Hello, Maria. And Mel says that he has a similar box. Unfortunately, it doesn't have vampire stuff. Instead, it is a travel candlestick holder from the 19th century.
Oh,
Very cool.
wow.
Very cool.
This
That's
is
so
neat.
neat. All right, Logan, it's back to you.
Okay, back to me. I will start with, let's see, coming in. I'll go clockwise. So the first thing that I picked up was from Miss Pam's booth. And as it turns out, I was at the register checking out. And this actually came by way of Jeffrey. So, Katie, you might recognize this. Sorry, I didn't take it out of its package. But I have a couple different Christmas trees each year that I set up. One is a like a silver tree, not vintage, but it's packed with shiny bright ornaments, and every color, every style, they all come together. It's one of my favorites. And then I have another tree, a normal green tree, that is all of my like sentimental ornaments, things from vacations, places I've been, things that mean something to me. And so I thought, there's probably not a better way to commemorate the experience than a Christmas ornament. And this is one of uh, the satin ornaments here with the beadwork and ribbons. There's some rickrack on there, and of course a tassel, which makes everything fun. I picked, like I said, picked this up from Miss Pam's booth, and when I was checking out, Jeffrey was standing at the counter and said, "That's mine," and I was like, I thought for a minute that I had picked up something that he wanted, but as it turns out, he meant that used to be his until his estate sale. So this was the first item I picked up from one Miss Pamela Blanchard.
Oh, that's so cool. Yes, Pam called me during Jeffrey's estate sale and said, I see some Christmas. Is it still available? And I said, Yep. So I FaceTime with her and she bought all of my vintage Christmas and a lot of Jeffrey's. So that was really fun. Tiger says that he's going to eventually sell his mom's old Christmas stuff next year.
Oh,
And Maria says that's a beautiful ornament. I agree. You know, it's amazing to me that that level of detail is on one ornament. I mean, think about the amount of time to make something like that. I would be completely frustrated in the first like 5 minutes. I'd be like, I'm done. That's amazing. All right, Catherine, you're up.
So when I'll follow you. When I walked in and went to Miss Pam's booth, there was one thing I saw instantly that I was like, "Ooh, I should get," but I decided to just wait until the end of the sale because I was like, "Let other people get a shot, right?" But y'all, I had to get one of Miss Pam's bingo cards, and at the end, the one I wanted was still there. So I got this gorgeous bingo
Aw.
card. And if you go on Miss Pam's sale, you know these are hotcakes. Like you cannot get them. And this one was the one that I even picked up at the beginning and was like, I want it. And at the end of the day, it was still there. So I did get the one I wanted. It's super
Yay.
cute. It's got a lovely lady because I love lovely ladies. So absolutely perfect. Yes, it was meant to be. Absolutely. Because yeah, I knew that a lot of people might have come to the pop-up and been like, we can never get these from Miss Pam. So I was gonna wait, but I did. I got the one I wanted. So that's my item for this round.
complete with an easel and a magnet, I'm sure.
It does.
Yeah.
Easel and a magnet. I can do a demonstration if you want.
Vintage Kismet. Yes, Nick. Yes. Okay, now I'm gonna cheat a little bit and show two items in one round because they kind of go together. So there's a whole story, and with Pam's items just being shown, I thought I gotta show Pam's item that I bought from her. But this kind of goes with another item. So one of my favorite places in the entire whole US as far as museums go is a little museum in St. Louis called the Telephone Museum. It's out at Jefferson Barracks. It is amazing. All the people there used to work for Bell Telephone System, and they've curated this very small museum in a little house full of the most incredible vintage that they get donated. They have everything from Army phones to 60s princess phones, to old switchboards, you name it, they have it. Ephemera, everything. It's just so great. And they have a gift shop. And every year I visit the telephone museum because, of course, I have to go back when I'm in St. Louis. I've noticed that they had these really, really cool Bell telephone system doorknobs that are solid brass. And you know, I love advertising. I love things that have history and story. These came from the 1010 Pine building downtown St. Louis, which is the headquarters for Bell Systems. And I've admired the doorknob, but never bought it because it was kind of pricey. And I thought, well, the next time I'm there, if for some reason these doorknobs are still there, I'm going to buy one. And what did I do? I bought a doorknob, and it's the most wonderful thing that I have. I just love this. It makes my little heart so happy. And I love that it says Bell Systems. They would take these off a lot of the doors in the building downtown and give them as gifts to executives that were retiring or so forth. So sometimes you'll see these like mounted on plaques. So I bought the doorknob. Well, here's where this gets kind of crazy, right? I'm in the pop-up. I've walked through all the booths several times, mind you. Now, how I did not see this, I don't know. But a little while after the pop-up is already happening and lots of people have come, Catherine comes running up to me with this little box and she says, Katie, you need this. And I said, I need this. What do I need? Well, it was this little box from Pam's booth, and it's a jewelry casket. Not only does it have holly, which is one of my favorite motifs, it has the 1010 Pine building, Bell Telephone System, St. Louis, right on the top of this. So yes, of course, I had to have the little jewelry casket because it goes beautifully with my Bell Telephone System doorknob. So this is one of my favorite things, and I cannot believe it says the new Bell Telephone System building. So this definitely dates this. I don't know exactly when the building was built. I'll have to do some research on that. But I just thought this was amazing. So, Catherine, thanks for finding this because I did not notice this when I was going through the pop-up the first time. So
yeah, and just to clarify, like the building featured on that jewelry casket is the building the doorknob came from.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like, just to be completely clear, like it's not the same brand. They're both the same building.
Yep, same building. This doorknob came from the 1010 Pine building,
yes,
on 1010 Pine Street in St. Louis, which is very cool.
Yeah,
yep. It was a sign from the universe that you were there on the right vintage track, 100%. Okay, back to you, Logan.
All right. The next booth around would have been Michael Todd's booth. And his booth was so interesting in the way that I felt like the things that he had were each person's booth was very different. But Michael's booth was just, I felt, maybe it was the window, but they were like architectural, like less maybe collector kind of pieces and more like true decor pieces. I don't know. It just felt different. So I was like, well, geez, what do I need? And I'm looking around and I hadn't, I missed the preview that Fat Birds had done the night before. And so I hadn't really, looked around a whole lot and there were a lot of people and I looked down and I see this face and I know, okay, that's it. I have to have it. Sign me up. Don't look anymore. So if you are scared of not clowns, don't worry. Spoiler alert, not a clown. But it is this little hobo. Is he so cute with his little look at his cigar and
I
his
love
hair?
him.
He's a Russian. He does have his tag. It's a little worse for wear, but it is here. And I have in my living room, people actually sometimes think that they're scary when they come over. Two monkeys that are rubber faced also that were my grandfather's when he was a child. And I grew up playing with them when I would go to my great grandma's house. And when she passed away, I remember they were some of the first items that I ever got in terms of vintage as a child. I got a Prince Albert tobacco tin, which I thought was cool. Why at
Awesome.
8 years old I need a tobacco tin, I don't know. But I got that, a record player, a stack of old records, which at the time were my great grandma's like gospel, like, just none of it was
Uh-huh.
anything that I would ever listen to. But I got them and I would play, I would play the records and I just thought it was the neatest thing. And then those monkeys. I was only able to get one. The other one disappeared for a long, long time. And then finally, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, it reappeared at a box at my grandfather's house. And of course, he had asked, if I would like the other one. And I said, yes, of course I do. So if you ever come to my home, be prepared to be greeted by Rubberface. Maybe not this guy. But there certainly will be some monkeys welcoming you at the front door. So I guess I need to figure out if I'm going to start collecting Russians now.
Oh, I think they're great, and I love his little mismatched bandana at the top. Isn't that fun?
And his little fuzzy hair, he's furry, and he has little toe beans down here. I love him.
Go beans.
So anyway, we need to come up with a name for him. So feel free to drop a potential name in the comments
Yes,
or in the chat.
everything needs a name. I'm a big believer in names, so he's great. Maria says cute cheeks.
Yes.
Let's see. Heather says, does he come alive at night and tell stories of his vagabond travels?
If he does, I don't want to know about it.
That's right. You'll be sound asleep.
Yes, very scared.
All right, Catherine.
Okay, so I did pick up one more item at Miss Pam's booth, and she had so many lovely ladies. Like, oh my goodness. I even bought some lovely ladies after the sale from her because I couldn't resist. But I saw this piece and I thought it was just a little art canvas. And in fact, I thought it was retro. I thought it was like a reproduction of a vintage piece. So I picked this gorgeous image up and I was like, that's a gorgeous canvas. Oh, no. This is not a canvas and this is not a reproduction. This is authentic packaging in mint condition.
Wow.
So gorgeous 1920s-ish era packaging with that beautiful stick skinny flapper girl. And there's a butterfly over her shoulder that's like half butterfly, half mosquito. I don't know what's happening. But it's in such good condition that I literally thought it was like a retro canvas that you just hang on the wall. I didn't even realize it was packaging. And then this is what I would call like a sachet. So you would put like smelly stuff in this and put it under your pillow is what I think of this as. I'm sure there's other things, or like a lock of somebody's hair or your favorite locket or something in this and you put it under your pillow. But just truly gorgeous. I'm a sucker for beautiful women, and that's exactly what she is.
That is gorgeous, Catherine. What a find.
Oh,
Does
I
it
know.
still have a scent? My mom is asking.
No smell. No smell
No
at all.
smell.
But I mean, look at the condition of that. Like, it's so perfect.
I
Like,
mean,
I really did not realize how old it was or what it was when I saw it.
I would have thought it was a reproduction too, but that's just incredible.
Yeah. She's beautiful. So pretty.
That's wonderful. All right, we have some other name suggestions. Hummingbird. We have Chucky's daddy
Oh, no.
and Freddie. So
I really like Chucky's daddy.
I think that's a fun name.
That's good. That's good. I think that's great.
All right, so I'm going to show another item related to the Bell telephone system. And actually, the Bell telephone building, I just Googled it, was built in 1889 to 1891 and officially opened in 1892. So, that's pretty cool. Now, this next set of items I bought from Ariana, the Withering Cottage. And the first thing that caught my eye, well, let me just show you the box because the box was pretty cool. So, of course, Ariana had these much more artfully displayed than I do because I've already kind of rifled through them. But she had this whole box of printer's blocks. And the first one that caught my eye is the bell from the Bell telephone system, which is very cool. Now you can date Bell telephone logos by how many lines they have on the top of the bell. So if you notice, this doorknob has more, you'll notice that, than this one. So this is a later logo. And you can look up a picture online of all the different ideations of the logo so you can kind of date them when you find them. But this was really cool. So I bought this whole box of printer's block from Ariana. And I love that it came in the vintage Scrabble lid. That just makes everything. Hey, Misty, welcome. Misty's here. And did I miss anybody else? I don't think so. But welcome. I know they had Katie all over them. They sure did, Misty. So my favorites include not only the Bell system block, but this one's so cool. It's from Mr. Video, the movie store, and I love the little sparkle
wow.
marquee around that. Isn't that fantastic?
That's neat.
That one's really cool. And then, of course, because I love hats, this one is for the Ned Shaw Studio Company. And I love the guy with the fedora. I think he's so cool. He looks like a little secret agent. He's fun. And then this is neat too. Now, I don't think this one's as old, but I love it. This says Bluebird. And what's cool about this one is I've been to the Bluebird Cafe. Now, I'm not sure that this has any correlation to the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville, but I had a really good time at the Bluebird. I saw some great live performances there, an up-and-coming artist who just made her Grand Ole Opry debut. So it was really fun to get something with Bluebird on it. And then this one's neat. It says the hotline, and it has a little telephone on it, which I think is super cool. Now, this one has the little nails in it, so it could be slightly older. And this is neat as well because it has this little sunburst on the design, which I just love. And this is for I believe it's a hotel, but I can't read that very well. It says Rise and Shine on it, which is so cool. And then just a few others. This is neat. This has got a little video camera, an old-fashioned camera on it. Isn't that cool? Wow. I love the font of that. And it says, let's see if I can read that. Something video, but I cannot read the bottom. And then this here is so cool. It's just got this very like Star Wars font, which I love.
Oh,
and
neat.
Photo finishers. So I love this. So, and look at the way color is spelled. So it's COLOUR, color.
Yeah, like European.
Mm-hmm, like a European spelling. So I thought these were so neat. I love doing flat lay photographs. And in fact, I will show you one of the items that Catherine found for me at the telephone museum right here. That little NYT I put into one of my most recent flat lays. So these will be coming to a flat lay photograph soon on Instagram, which will be fun. All right, Logan, you are up.
Okay. Next, just in time for her arrival, is something from Misty's booth. I have decided on another collection, and it happens to be dachshunds. I have a dachshund of my own, so when I saw this, I knew that I had to have it. This is an old, what I'm assuming is a little snack box. It is UNESCO. It still has its label, and it has these neat little vinyl ears, and it says pretzel tail over here. So I don't know if you put things on the tail, I'm not sure. But anyway, super cute. It has all of its little nails here, the little flathead nails tacked in from construction, and it's just fun. It's a little painted face. So, like, I need another collection. But I've decided it makes sense to start collecting dachshunds.
He is a happy little fella. Oh, Misty says it holds pretzels.
I love it. It holds my heart currently.
And Helen says she loves that wiener. Yes.
Awesome.
That is a weird, wonderful find. I love that.
Yeah, I love that. At your next party, Logan, you're going to be a big hit because you're going to have all your vintage serving pieces out.
Yes.
All right, Catherine.
Well, Misty, also, thank you so much for sending stuff. I was telling people that I left vintage across the country on this trip, and that's no lie. And Misty very nicely sent me things I left and packaged them up so great. But I am super excited about this piece. So it is a tiny little cabinet, and I'm sure you know what I'm about to say. I'm going to use it for Halloween. So this is going to be like a mini apothecary jar or apothecary cabinet. So it's going to be a little mini cabinet of curiosities in a bookshelf. So I absolutely love this piece. It's super duper cute. And usually you see them and they're like a little smaller than this. And I just thought this was like the perfect size because I can actually like put items in I bought in it that are real items and they fit. Where like the smaller size, you really have to get miniature items. You know what I'm saying? Where like this size, this is, you know, kind of large enough where like things I own can actually fit into it to make the cabinet of curiosities. So I really liked that because I was like, oh, I don't necessarily have to go buy miniatures to fill this up. So I really love this.
Oh,
Yay!
yay.
Oh, yay!
Yep.
That's
so
wonderful. I know, Misty, you had mentioned the manager from that Hampton Inn came just to see what all the hubbub was about because so many people were staying for the pop-up. And that's a really great motel, the Hampton Inn in Bedford. So if you come to the December 7th one, that's a great place to stay. And I see Nick saying, I left my heart in a dachshund snack box. I love that. Okay, let's see. We did Logan, Catherine, and it's back to me, I think.
Yes.
All right. So the next item I picked up was from Dad. Now, I have to admit, I got a lot of things from Misty's dad because we kind of have the same vibe and we love the advertising. And I've never seen one of these. I love tins. I can't help it. The graphics are so good. I've never seen one of these tins that has a connected lid like this where it has a little chain and it pops off. I think that is so cool. This, Catherine, look at where it's from.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. That's so fun. I love the laurel wreath around this, and the font is so good. It's for linseed oil. Now, my goal in life is to make my home one giant hardware store with all kinds of advertising. And I think so far I'm succeeding, but having more fun pieces like this linseed oil tin is amazing. I love the navy blue graphics with the white and the orange font. It is so cool. Now, I think that this is probably from the 40s. This is my best guess based on font and the way the can's constructed. And I think, yes, I did see a 2-digit zip code. So that does date this to around 1948 or so. But this is a very cool tin. And the neat thing is, I don't know if you can hear that, it's still full. So I just love
cool.
this so much. And I got this out of the window. It was one of my window finds. Michael was so nice. He climbed to the window. The doors opened. Everybody rushed in. And Michael was standing by the window. And I was like, I'm going to sneak by you, Michael. And he's like, what do you need? And he climbed in there and got all of the tins for me. I was pointing. I'm like, I got to have all 3 of these tins. So I know. I love. Nick says I only like boiled linseed oil. But I love this so much. So yeah, good job, Dad. His stuff is great. I got to get some min racks and polish the front because that's what he taught me to do. But this is in my bookcase now in my bedroom, and I just love it. So it's really fun. All right. Catherine has a little buddy.
Yeah.
Hi, Captain Jack.
Captain Jack wants some snuggles. He hasn't seen me all week, so.
Oh, and we are back to Logan.
Okay. Moving on around the circle, the next booth was for Ariana, the Withering Cottage. And she told me such a cool story about this piece that I had to have it. And there was an artist that I can't for the life of me remember the name. But they were having a sale, an estate sale of all of the artist things, and she went, and the paintings and many of his works were going for buku bucks. So she focused on the accessories and things that he would have used to be able to have some piece of his work. And this is a rubber stamp, and it reads "Night Wishes." She says that he would stamp his pieces. He was known for stamping the back of his pieces of it, where they were at in the stages of being finished. So I can only imagine what he meant by night wishes, but I think it's really cool. And she was like, how fun would this be, in a bedroom on a nightstand or a small shelf or something over your bed? And I was like, you know what? You're right. I need that. So this was my find from Ariana's booth.
I love how little that is. That is just so cute and wonderful. What a great story.
That's such a good band name too. Like,
Oh, Nightwish would be a great band.
I cannot believe it. Okay, so I will also show an item from Ariana's booth. Now, one really cool thing she did was she made a lot of items. And one thing she also did is she brought a lot of displayed entomology pieces. And what's so cool is Ariana has a big, oh, you went down? You went down, baby? Okay. Ariana has a very large rural property. And so when she would come across a beautiful insect that had already unfortunately passed away, she would keep them and would make them into little displays. And she would sell these in her antique booth. Well, she's always wanted to sell them to the YouTube community, but they can't be shipped. So I did pick up a beautiful butterfly piece from Ariana. It's super duper cute. This is the one I was eyeing before everybody rushed into. I saw this in the pictures and I was like, oh, I really hope I can get that one. And it's in this awesome vintage kind of like octagon display box. It's just fascinating and beautiful. And I love that, she saved this beautiful little bug and gave it another life. And I'm going to include it in my cabinet of curiosities for Halloween. And this is like another item that, thinking of like this little guy.
Oh, sorry, folks.
No, you're okay, Katie. Like this little guy even can actually fit in this cabinet too. I probably will put it in something else, but like this was kind of my idea. I was like, oh, I can put in things that I have. So I really love that piece. And I love that she saved these animals and gave them a second life. I just thought that was really neat. So yeah, so she just ethically sources them, which means she found them already passed away.
Oh, that is gorgeous, Catherine. I love the design of that box too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a typical round.
Yeah, these boxes are getting really pricey too. Have you seen how much they go on eBay? It's wild.
Oh, it's crazy. And Tiger says that he just hung a beautiful butterfly photo that he took years ago and found the perfect frame.
Oh, don't you love when you find the perfect frame? Don't you love that?
I think we all do. So I'm going to share something also from Ariana's booth. And Logan just shared the stamp that he got from that amazing artist. And I also bought one. Mine says unfinished drawing. Now, Catherine told, I'm sorry. I think it's the cold medicine. I'm a little loopy. Ariana shared that even though his drawings were finished, he would sometimes stamp this on the finished pieces of work, which I think is kind of cool because what art is really finished, you can be happy with it, but you look at Monet and other artists that spent years still working on paintings like the water lilies, and they were never completely satisfied with it. The Mona Lisa being another great example of that. So I think this is really cool. The story behind it's amazing. This is in my office now, and I love how large this stamp is. I think it's really cool. So that was another neat piece that I picked up from the Withering Cottage. And Pam is in the chat. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Miss Pam.
No, you didn't at all. No, Nick, I saw your comment about the printer's block guy at the yard sale. I think that Pam's in the chat, so she'll remember. Pam, was that in Kentucky or was that in Tennessee? I think he's in Kentucky, but I have his number, so we'll we'll connect. Okay, Logan, back to
Awesome.
you.
So next was Fatbird Finds, and at their booth, so fun. I would say that Laura's picnic theme was great,
It was cute. It
because
was
I
so
know how much
cute.
she would appreciate that. It was unparalleled. It was the best booth display I think in the entire shop. Um,
Aw.
and I was able to find this little snail tape dispenser, with his little googly eyes.
I love him.
I worked from home, so this little guy will, now that I have officially hauled him, will sit on my desk and bring me joy throughout the day. But so much fun with the little googly eyes. He doesn't have any sort of mark on him. I haven't researched it to see who made it or where it came from, but again, I like just odd things. So I think this definitely falls into that category, and is the perfect piece for my desk.
Oh my gosh, Logan, he is just so adorable. I love him. He is fantastic.
And did y'all notice that Logan is wearing a shirt from the event? Did you
Oh,
notice
yes.
that?
That's true, Logan. You have your vintage collaborative shirt on.
Yeah.
That's neat. Tiger says that he struggles to find cool old items because many snowbirds move there and get rid of the stuff before they move.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. That's the problem here. Is a lot of people get rid of all their stuff in the Midwest and then come here. Okay, whose turn is it? Is it back to me or
It's
back
me.
to Catherine? Okay, fabulous.
So I'm going to show the item that I got from Fatbird's booth. Now, y'all probably know if you watch my channel that I collect kitty cats. And I have a cat. You just saw Captain Jack. So I collect kitty cat figurines. I'm a sucker for them. I have more than I should personally admit. But this set was fantastic. I've never seen the set before. Super duper cute. And also, if you know me, I used to work for the Walt Disney Company, and these are very reminiscent of a Figaro kind of look. So they definitely look like little cartoons. So these just checked all the boxes. They are not shakers, they are just figurines. I'm not sure who the maker is. I didn't look them up to find it, but I adore them. This little guy, he does have some damage. One of his arms was damaged, but it's not a big deal. But gosh, look at those faces.
I
Like,
love the eyes.
They're really
Yeah.
good. They're really kitschy, and they really feel like 1940s to me. This feels like an older kitschy look,
Yes.
which I love. So
Do you
super
think the
duper
eyes
cute.
glow?
No, I don't think, but maybe. But I doubt, because this is pre. What do you
Day
call that?
glow?
Yeah, it's pre-day glow. Like this.
Okay.
This is like pre-mid-century. Like I still think this is like 30s, 40s for these. But I love them. I love them. So cute.
They have the most playful little faces, which I just love.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them. They are just precious.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun. Okay, so I feel everyone else has all these great items from other booths, and there were some amazing vintage pieces. The picnic theme Fatbirds has was so creative and clever and fun. But most of my things that I'm hauling are actually from Dad because, again, with the advertising, I love it. So this is a genuine, guaranteed, and let me tell you, I love a tin that says genuine. It's at that time period when things were made proudly in the United States, and see, it even says made in the United States. People were really proud of the products that they produced. It wasn't cheap. It came in a nice can. The packaging was there. So there's something for me about like genuine, like you're getting a genuine Ford motor part or something. It just feels like that. So this is hydraulic brake fluid, grade A. And I love the design on this. Now, I don't know that it's coming across on screen, but this is kind of silvery here, which I love. And then I love the stripe on the back that says this is an oversized can, which I'm not really sure particularly why this is oversized. Maybe they didn't make brake fluid in this size can. I'll have to do some research on it. It is 16 ounces, but it's about the size of Well, it is almost the same size as the linseed oil can, which is very cool. And I love also things that are from New York City or manufactured in New York, as that's one of my favorite cities in the world. So I do look for that on advertising. And I thought the graphics were fabulous on this. So another awesome find from Dad. Okay, let's see. We've got some new people in the chat. Elizabeth K is here, and Melanie
Hello.
Jones is here as well. And
Hello.
Helen says she had never seen the kitties before.
Aww.
And Nick is saying yes, but is it boiled? No, it's not boiled like the linseed oil. All right, Logan.
All right. My next piece was from is from Barb's booth and Winking Owl Antiques. And it is something that I have a very strong personal connection with, which is why I had to have it. And I know, again, not, 50s, 60s vintage, but technically vintage. It is copyrighted 1995. This is Stretch from the movie Casper. When I was a kid, I watched that VHS on repeat. I can quote the entire movie still as an adult. Can quote the entire movie. I was obsessed with it as a kid. So when I saw this piece, I said, "Oh, that's what I'm taking from Barb's booth." And like I said, it is copyright in 1995. Casper from the movie. I'm not for sure exactly what it would have been. I'm sure it was probably attached to something
It's a
here.
hand puppet.
Oh.
He's from Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. I need to see if there are more of them.
There are.
Because I would love to have, I'm sure the whole gang, the
Yeah.
ghostly trio. I would love to have the whole set to put on my shelf back here full of things that I enjoy. I think that would be a nice conversation piece for work. So, but yes, this came from Barb's booth, and this is like a core childhood memory for me.
He
So I
might
couldn't
glow
pass
in
it
the
up.
dark too, Logan. He might glow in the dark.
Whoa.
I
will
don't
have to
know, but he might.
Well, he's probably been keeping Boxcar Willie company at night then, just glow in the dark. So.
That is so awesome, Logan. I remember Casper as a kid as well, and I specifically remember my dad taking me on a Casper ride, and I can't for the life of me remember what theme park this was. I just remember riding this little ride, and my brother was sitting on the other side, my dad in the middle, and Casper came out of the door, and and I didn't expect it, so of course it scared the pants off of me because I was, oh my gosh, this thing popped out. I was probably like 6, 7 years old, and I was terrified of Casper after that. But then that kind of went away. But great memories. I love that. Yes. Let's see. Lemmy says that she has the short, stubby ghost.
Oh, Fatso.
Yeah.
Love him.
That's fun. The chair ride to the dungeon was so cool and steampunk. Yes. Very.
The Up and Atom machine. Yes.
Yes, the Up and Atom machine.
All right, Catherine.
So, because I'm a little bit older than you guys, like I identified with Christina Ricci so much. So you definitely showed a core childhood memory for me too, because I remember wanting to go to Pizza Hut to get the hand puppets. I remember that. I
love that.
because I would have been about 10 when that happened. So it was very close to my heart. So I am going to show another piece I got from Ariana, and yeah, I'm going to be super biased. I think this is my favorite piece from the pop-up. I saw it in the photos. I had to have it. I fell in love with it. And what it is actually 2 pieces. The stand was separate and the top, but I bought this lovely lady. So this is a boudoir doll head. She is missing her body. And then she's on this awesome, I'm assuming this is a quadruple plate, old. I mean, it's just got the patina, right? It's got the perfect look. And it's just so, so beautiful. And Ariana put these together. And what's really neat is this is like a 925 silver belly dancer anklet that is on her as her necklace. So, I mean, the whole thing is just found objects put together to create a perfect vibe. And for my Halloween decor this year, I was really looking for a a bust, like a figural bust, and I instantly thought I was going to get like some kind of Greek revival piece for the Halloween display, right? But I got this instead, and I think this is going to be a perfect bust for my Halloween display. It's withered in all the perfect ways, very Wuthering Cottage.
I love that. If she's giving like a flapper girl to me, I think with the
With
headpiece.
Yes,
So,
that
so cute.
with
I
that
agree,
crown
Logan.
piece. Yeah. So yes, just love this piece. Love, love, love. And it came right out of her imagination. So
Oh, that's amazing. That is the perfect melding to me of you and Ariana just blended together in one amazing piece. That's so cool. I am not crafty at all, so I have such a great appreciation for people that are and can come up with creative things like that. I think it's amazing.
hey Katie,
Yes,
can you show what I got from Winking Owl Antiques?
sure. I sure can. So this item Catherine picked up from Winking Owl, and I'll let Catherine tell you about him.
Yeah, so I joke that I was leaving vintage all over the country, and I really was. I left vintage with Misty, I left vintage with Katie and Jeffrey, and this piece I picked up from Barb, Winking Owl Antiques, and I collect the 6-inch size Santa banks. And so this is that 6-inch size Santa bank. You would not believe how many styles of Santa banks there are like this. There are so many different Santas. Every company had their own version. And this is a Psycho Ceramic by Christ, and it is in amazing condition. The paint is stellar, and that is a lot of cold paint on there, y'all. So I got that from Barb's booth. She had a just killer price on it. And thank you so much, Barb. I love this so much. It's going to go in my holiday collection. I think I have maybe 8 Santa banks now, all that size, and he's going to join the gang. So thank you.
Oh, he's so awesome, Catherine. And yeah, great price for Psychoceramics, let me tell you. That's amazing. Nick is saying that he's getting a sense of everybody's collection aesthetic. So, Catherine, I'm assuming you love oddities.
I do.
You guessed it. Bye, Gavin. Have a wonderful evening. Let's see. And Tina and Jason are here from Mother Tucker's. They're here
Hi,
for the
Mother
Xmas.
Tuckers.
Yay.
Hello.
Okay, so the next item I picked up was technically from Misty's shop, but it wasn't really part of the Vintage Hunter collaborative. But I'm going to show it anyway. Misty had this hanging kind of in the back. So if you guys came to the collaborative, you wouldn't have known it was there. But I just absolutely love the signage that Misty picks up. I already told you I bought a Coca-Cola sign from her years ago out of her window. And when I saw this one, I just had to have it. I've been looking for a model tobacco tin. I don't know if it's model or model because I've heard both depending on what kind of various collectors I've talked to, but I'm going with model today. And I've been looking for a tin. The tins go for 100 or more. I have never been able to really pick one up. Misty had this incredible sign, and so of course I had to get photographed with it in front of her Barber Dairy Products sign at the shop. So this is the picture of the Model sign that I picked up because it's already hanging above my bathroom door in my bedroom with all of my other fabulous tins. So it looks so
That's
great
awesome.
there. And I am just thrilled to pick this up. This is an older one. You can tell by the way that the styling is done on this fabulous guy's mustache and pipe. And he does have, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, probably not very well, but he does have his little, nope, let me see if I can zoom in again. He does have his little mark at the bottom right there, you know, those numbers that you want to look for on the signs to authenticate them. And that is a really great piece. I got it at a great price, and it's one of my favorite things. So I love it, Misty. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I've lost order again, but I think we're back to Logan.
Yes, this is my final piece.
All
So,
right.
and I just realized when I set everything out here, I guess I didn't pick anything up from Dad's booth. I was obsessed. I kept looking at, he had that pair of shoes that were like the coppery, shiny, and the white, and they had the original box. I looked at them several times. I have not a use for them, and I thought I picked them up, but I guess I didn't because I didn't unpack them. So thank you, Katie, for making a difference for me. You bought half of what he had put out. So
I did.
um,
That's okay.
this is my last piece, and this is the one thing that I wanted to be there to knock people out of the way to get that morning. And Catherine was very supportive when I had to get up in the window myself to get it, and I was very nervous. I didn't want to carry it out of the window because I was afraid I would fall with it. So I just took the tag off of it. Then I had to go back in the window. And Misty, actually, if you look at the picture she posted of like the crowd and like how packed it was at that time, you can see me coming out of the window in the middle of that picture. And I was like, oh, that moment will forever now live online. So, but this is the one thing I wanted more than anything else there. I collect green swung vases. It doesn't matter the maker, whether it's Viking, Ellie Smith, Fenton, Kanawa, whoever it may be. I collect them only green, and if I see them out in the wild, I will pick them up as well. That's my favorite. You know how when you buy an item, and maybe this is the well, I'm sure it's probably not exclusive to me, but whenever you buy an item, you always remember kind of where you were and what was happening and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so this is one of those pieces for me. It is the Ellie Smith diamond butt, just so you can get an idea of scale.
Oh God,
Oh,
that's
it's so good.
But this was the one thing I had emailed Misty several months ago asking, if you're ever selling any of your green swung vases, I would love to own something from your collection. And I actually remember watching the video of her. She bought this at an auction. And I was hoping that she would sell this one in particular. And so when I found out it was listed, or not listed, when I found out it was going to be available at the pop up, I knew. I was like, oh, that's the one thing where I'm going to be, you know, telling people to move out of my way. I'm coming and I need that vase. So, but yes, this is my prized possession from the pop up. And I couldn't be happier with it.
That is gorgeous. And I tell you, it is getting harder and harder to find these bigger size swing vases. So it's really cool you got one from Misty.
yeah.
Maria says that your ghost is from 1995.
Oh, great.
And Mel says the vase is stunning. And Helen was saying that she's number 203 on your channel.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
And that's so fun. Yes, I love that vase. It's amazing.
Okay, Katie, is this like our last round for you as well?
Yes.
I'll just show like some final items. So I'm balancing you out, Logan, because I have some dad stuff. So
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how I forgot. I made a point to get something from every booth. Maybe it's still in the car. Who knows?
It's
So
okay, Logan.
I
We got
have some fun ephemera pieces. I just love this. So I picked this up from Misty, and it is a Yankee Girl potato chips bag.
Oh, I love that.
New old stock. Look how like fun and flirty and just it's perfect. It's perfect. I love this so much. Then I got another lovely lady. Now, y'all might not know this about me, but I actually collect plus size imagery as well, vintage plus size imagery, because there's just not a lot of it around. But one thing that comes with vintage plus size imagery is often they're making humor at the size of the person in the image. And this one is the same thing where it floats on her behind. So it is making fun of the person, but for me, I think all plus size imagery is beautiful. I don't think of it as a joke. I think that it's amazing that this person at this time got to be a model. That's a big deal back then, that and not like stereotypical body type got to be a model, even if it was literally for a butt of a joke. So I love this piece, and this piece I got from Ariana. And then here's a dad piece. Now I did pick this up for resale, and this is an Annie stove. Sweet little Annie stove. I love it so much.
That's adorable.
Isn't that cute? So I'm going to have a sale coming up at some point. y'all better watch my video on Saturday because there's some updating happening. I will have a video at some point that's going to be a lot of like kid themed items. But I don't know when my next sale is. So all I'm saying is watch my next video, okay? Because we got things to talk about. And then another item from Dad's booth, and it is this beautiful old book.
Wow.
And it's just withered perfectly. Just perfect withered. And then on the inside, so he asked $5 for this book. And this book says, Sina B. Olds of Maryville, Lenderna. Ooh, I think I butchered that. And it is from 1872 is when it was written in. And I'll show you.
Wow.
Knots Untied.
Oh, I love that.
American Detectives. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So I thought that was a really, really cool book. Just super neat. I love the way it looks on the outside. Some people might not like that, but I actually love the way it looks on the outside. It's actually in really good shape, despite the way it looks. And then my very last piece, kind of like you, Katie, I knew this existed at Misty's store and wasn't part of the pop-up, but she said I could purchase it. She let me purchase it because Misty's a sweetheart and I adore her. And I like oddities. I like weird things. I like kink. I like silly stuff. I like medical quackery. So this book.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
This book is about sexual knowledge, baby. And it is Sex Hygiene by the Highest Authority.
Oh my gosh. What year is that from?
Let's check it out. This is from. Now it was okay. So it was printed by the International Bible House. And where is
That doesn't seem like that goes together.
1913. But
Wow.
that's why it's the highest authority. It was printed by the International Bible House.
That's
It's
true.
basically the thumbprint of God. I mean,
I would have preferred the International House of Pancakes, personally.
Me too.
That's the book I would read.
oh, and you know what's so great is it has illustrations. Katie, let's show them. I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, I'm sure YouTube would just love that.
And those are all my items.
Well, that ought to be a riveting read. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
That's what I know. Misty always finds those books.
I know. I love them. I love them so
them
much.
too. Angela, big welcome to you. We're glad you tuned in. Okay, so let's see. This is my last item that I want to show. And this is another item I can't physically hold up because it's already on top of the lockers in my office.
Way to go.
This is an item that I purchased from Misty. It was not really part of the pop-up, but she has wonderful things hanging around her shop. And I said, oh, Misty, I love this. And of course, she's so sweet. She said, yeah, just make me a deal on it. So I made an offer. And of course, I love the Browns shoe advertisement above Misty shop. So I wanted to get a photo of me outside of the shop with the brown shoe showing. And Logan, I tell you, he's an excellent photographer. He helped take all of these photographs and got some really great memorable ones for me. And this is me holding my little treasure from Misty's shop. And I love this so much. It says on sale here, personal money orders. There it is on top of my lockers. And it's an old clock that's made by the Countryman Company. And I love when things have their old stickers and little manufacturing tags on them. That's just up my industrial alley. And the other thing I love is this little crescent moon shaped second hand. I think that's so cool. To this. It is so amazing, this clock. So the colors are perfect on top of my lockers, and it was such a great find. So I am really glad to have a few things from Misty's building because I think the building's just incredible too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, Nate says I have a pop-up version of that book.
Oh, interesting. Naughty, naughty, Nate.
Very naughty. Oh, thank you, Lemmy. I will check my email after this. Well, that is everything I have to show. Do you guys have anything else that you wish to share?
I think that's it.
That's it for me
Hey,
as well.
Logan, do you have anything coming up next people can look out for?
I will have a video back to my normal Friday videos tomorrow.
Yay.
And I wanted to wait for this to come out because in that video I haul many of the things you'll see here, but that will show Star City Thrift. I show off my Airbnb above Sweet Cakes and take you guys to the Mystery River voyage,
Ooh.
which is in the Blue. Oh, I want to say Blue Creek, and I know that's not right. Blue Mist. No, that's not right. Blue something caverns in Bedford. And I had never been to a cavern before. And you go down 400 feet, you get in a boat, and then it drives you 5 miles down an underground river in a cave.
What?
And turns you around and drives you back. So,
What?
and it's really neat. There are like old formations down there. You see the stalactites, stalagmites. There's at one point they turn off all the lights that are on like the bottom of the boat. It glows from below, but you can see the roof, the
Ooh.
ceiling. It's very, very cool. The fish down there are white. There are fish
Oh,
and like crawfish down there, and because they've never
Ooh.
been exposed to sun, the melanin in their skin has not developed. So they're white when you look down at them in the water. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen in my whole life. So
wow.
Oh,
if
that's
you're
so cool.
interested in any of that, tune in Friday to see my cavern adventures.
Oh, well,
I'm
that
very
will be a great
interested.
watch, guys. Do look out for Logan's video. And Catherine, what do you have coming up?
So on Saturday, my video is going to be the $10 thrift challenge by Beth from Carolina, Princess Sweet Treats and Pretties. Now, I have done this video challenge 4 years in a row now. I've done every year. And like each year has been like really surprising. But this is going to be the most surprising video you have ever seen. This is probably going to be like the most surprising video I've ever put on YouTube. So get ready for it. There's a special guest from the other side of the country that wasn't supposed to be in the video. There's a crazy incident that I can't make up. It's just
Wow.
it's a wild video. I hope you enjoy it. And like if anyone catches this later, no, everything is okay. Everything's all right. And it just you'll see. You'll see.
Well, my curiosity's piqued. I'm excited. That will be
For
fun.
sure.
Well, I do have my video still coming up from Misty's pop-up. Have no fear. I have not gotten it edited yet. I came down with this cold and I need to do some voiceovers because it was so loud in the pop-up and I didn't want to have this voice going on in the video. So I do have my journey to Misty's pop-up already out. So if you haven't seen that, that was Catherine was with me and we did that trip up to St. Louis and then over to Indiana. So that's out to watch, but I will be getting out the pop-up video hopefully sometime next week, which is very exciting. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching us. I had so much fun doing this haul. It was wonderful to do this with you and Logan. What a treat.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you guys for inviting me to be a part of it. This was my very first YouTube live, so
well, you did great, Logan.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Check out Logan and Catherine's channel. They are linked down below. And hopefully we can do more of this because this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing the haul. And that will be all for now. So I hope, as always, folks, that you will save that vintage, spin that vinyl, and binge YouTube. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.